In early 2024, the foundation of the modern internet was weeks away from a complete and silent takeover. This isn't just a tech update, it's a shift in power. An unknown entity spent 2.5 years meticulously infiltrating the world's most critical operating system, planting a skeleton key that would unlock millions of servers. From Wall Street banks to the Pentagon, to the phone in your pocket, if this triggered, they could have taken down entire countries, spied on global communications, or demanded trillion-dollar ransoms. By the end of this video, you will learn exactly how the digital world almost collapsed by half a second, and the terrifying reality of who is actually holding the keys to the internet. To understand how close we came to the edge, you have to understand the lie we've been told about the internet. We think of cybersecurity as impenetrable digital fortresses guarded by billion-dollar corporations, but the reality? The entire ecosystem of the internet quietly rests on the shoulders of unpaid volunteers, maintaining open-source code on their nights and weekends. We cover the stories the mainstream ignores. Subscribe to stay ahead. Linux is the operating system that runs the world. Every top 500 supercomputer, the servers running your hospital, US nuclear submarines. It relies on thousands of small interconnected tools. One of these tools is a data compression program called XZ, maintained by a single programmer in Finland named Lasse Collin. Since 2005, Lasse maintained this vital piece of infrastructure for free, and slowly, under the weight of an entire digital economy relying on him, his mental health began to crack. He was burning out, and that is exactly what the predators were waiting for. Enter Giatan. He seemed like a lifesaver, a helpful programmer who stepped out of the shadows to assist a struggling maintainer. Gia started submitting brilliant code, fixing bugs, and taking the load off Lasse. But Giatan wasn't a real person. He was a phantom, a fabricated identity created by a highly sophisticated, patient, and ruthlessly efficient state-sponsored hacking group. They used fake sock puppet accounts to harass Lasse, complaining about slow updates, mentally breaking him down until he was forced to hand over control of the project to their Trojan horse, Giatan. Once in control, the trap was set. Gia didn't just break the code. He hid a microscopic encrypted payload inside binary test files, files no human ever reads. It was designed to hijack OpenSSH, the remote login protocol used to secure practically every server on Earth. The hack was a masterpiece of digital warfare. It would bypass security checks and quietly listen for a specific master key. If it saw it, Gia was in. He could alter data, steal crypto, intercept secure communications, and wipe his own tracks. He spent years setting this up, slipping it into the major Linux distribution pipelines like Fedora and Debian. It was perfectly executed. The trap was about to spring. So why didn't the world end? Pure blind luck. An engineer named Freund was running routine tests and noticed a microscopic delay in his system, a slowdown of just 500 milliseconds. Half a second. Most would ignore it. Andres dug in. He followed the trail of breadcrumbs and unraveled a multi-year, multi-million-dollar nation-state intelligence operation just weeks before it was deployed globally. The moment the exploit was made public, the identity of Giatan vanished instantly. Was it Russian intelligence? A Chinese cyber warfare unit? We will likely never know. But the chilling truth is this: the exploit wasn't a failure of code. It was an exploitation of human exhaustion. The global tech machine relies on unpaid labor, making the people behind the code the ultimate zero-day vulnerability. The XZ backdoor was caught, but the real question is, how many other Giatans are out there right now, silently holding the keys to the world? The institutions supposed to protect you are blind, and the mainstream media is completely out of their depth. If you want to understand the hidden architecture controlling your data, your wealth, and your future, you need to stay ahead of the curve. Click the video on your screen right now to expose the next layer of this digital matrix and deep dive into our channel's archives to uncover the operating systems they don't want you to see. Subscribe, because the next time the system is compromised, there won't be a 500 millisecond warning.